There are no right or wrong opinions in bourbon. If you like something, you like it. Doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. Don't be a gatekeeper.
Well, welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh.
And today we've got a little studio audience. We've got a neighbor, Robbie, and a former neighbor, great friend of his, Mel, from Texas, that is in town.
And they're drinking along with us.
And they are drinking the same thing we are as we get into this one. So let's jump right in.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do a comparison. So we actually have reviewed this one on the channel before, but it was a
old bottle that
didn't have much in it, and we really felt like it was oxidized because it didn't hit the flavor profile that we were used to on it.
Yep.
So we decided we had said at that point we were going to do it again. So now we're getting back to doing it again
in a special way.
And so then we decided, because of some of the old bourbon that I've got, that we would do a comparison. So what Josh just held up there is the original Heaven Hill bottled in bond, 6-year, age stated, that was around for decades and decades. I bought these for years for $9.99 a bottle, and I would buy them by the case. And I would just keep them. I would give them to friends, share them, do different things with them, and of course drink them because it's outstanding juice. And then all of a sudden they were discontinued. First they pulled it back to Kentucky only.
Which is sort of the trend with discontinuing products and then bringing them back.
And then they discontinued it, and it sold out pretty quick in the stores. Then they came out with the new one.
Which is a year older.
A year older, so 7-year bottled in bond. But the price is 5 times in the store.
$50 a bottle for
what this one was. So $49.99, $9.99.
One thing that is not stated on this bottle, this is charcoal filtered.
Okay.
So not stated on this as far as I know. Let's do a quick double check.
Probably is not.
I would assume it would not be.
Out of style to do that. So
unless you're in Tennessee.
And so we're going to start with
the new,
the 7-year.
Do what we're used to.
So we'll get to where we go with this one. We'll go ahead and get that sweetness.
Mm-hmm. Heavy oak impact on this. Mm-hmm. For only 7 years old, that's quite a bit of oak.
I swear, when I look at the bottles, it's hard to say when you're just looking at them.
Which one's darker and which one's lighter.
The 6-year looks darker to me, so.
They're about the same to me,
very,
but I'm
very
colorblind mostly, so don't take my word for it.
That definite sweetness, bit of a butterscotchy note that's coming through there.
I'm getting much more of a caramel. Less butterscotch, more caramel. A little bit of spice, some cinnamon, more of a...
Yeah, this does tend to have a bit of spice on the palate.
Yeah. I'm going to get into it.
Go ahead. I'll follow up and tell you how wrong you are. Since you chastised me at the beginning of the video. Oh, yeah. So everything we've been drinking tonight hadn't had much in the way of legs on it. This one, it's not great, but it's holding more than most of what we've been drinking.
Well, you said there are no right or wrong opinions in bourbon. If you like something, you like it. Doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. Don't be a gatekeeper.
So definitely get some spice on it, but I'm getting that spice on the front of the palate, not mid-palate like I would normally do with spice.
How's your finish?
Sweet. I'm getting a sweet finish.
Spice too?
The spice is dying off.
Really? I've got a line of spice from front to back, right down the middle of my tongue.
I never like to get too deep into it until I hit that second sip. So
for me, less sweetness on the palate, more oak, more of a sweet oak. Spice is running right down the middle of my tongue. I am getting a heavy oak impact on the finish. This does not drink like a 100 proofer to me. This drinks 90.
Yeah, I'd say in that 90-95 range, I would agree with you. And I wasn't getting anything in the way of oak on the first sip. Second sip, I'm getting it, and I'm getting more spice on it as well. I've always loved these.
Yeah, this is a good bottle.
I'm a bit biased by it. I'm a Heaven Hill fanboy. Fan Man, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you
But,
bought Glenn's when we went there.
Yeah, so it's always been something that I like.
Yeah.
And I like this one. I've liked it since it came out. I did not like what they did in discontinuing the other one to get to this one. But
Evan Williams did it with their single barrel recently.
They did.
That's just, when they can make another product with the same juice and charge more for it, it would be silly for them not to. As much as we don't like it,
right,
it would be foolish of them not to.
It's the free market economy. That's where we are. Yeah. Now, the 6-year is
better.
holding better in the glass.
Give it a whiff, though.
You know what? Before I do that, I'm just going to do a real quick
refresh. That's not the worst idea. I just sniffed my water like I'm about to give you notes on it.
Oh boy. Wow.
Grainy.
Yeah.
A lot of grain.
They changed the
on
mash
nose.
bill here.
Had to. Like, this is so corn sweet.
Yeah.
This almost smells like mellow corn.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, not that strong.
No,
But
no, it
that
doesn't.
corn note that comes through is like mellow corn.
I get more a caramel here than I got.
I'm smelling the proof on the nose on this one as well.
I get the little honey taste, a
Yeah.
little nose of honey there too.
Nowhere near as complex
No.
as the 7-year.
No, it's not.
This is like a
It's still not
3
5
noter.
times the price. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I don't care how good it is.
Nowadays, $50 a bottle is like,
It's true.
that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So let's go in there. There's a little, it's not earthy.
There's a little wheater funk in there.
I'm getting like a honeysuckle, like floral kind of bend on the end of this.
I don't get anywhere near the oak here that I got on the 7-year, at least first sip. Nowhere near it. The much more sweet impact on the front of the tongue. I'm definitely getting more of a wheat funk here. I don't get a rye spice.
I'm getting spice.
So
There
like
is
I said,
there
first
is a
sip,
little bit of that wheat.
I'm telling you, there's a wheat funk there. Definitely. I mean, it's on the nose too.
I mean, maybe that's the charcoal filter.
Could be.
I mean,
but
who knows?
charcoal wheat? Is that how they do?
I mean, it's a totally different way of filtering. So I couldn't speak to it, giving one thing or another. Haven't had enough charcoal filtered product to really give you a full note. My first impression is I like the new more.
I
But
agree.
I'm going to give this a little bit of time.
I'm
This
getting more
sticks.
spice on the second sip than I did on the first. That's why you always got to go for 2.
This has more of a stick to the tongue.
It definitely does.
This
It
stays a lot
coats
longer.
more. Yes.
Yeah.
And it was holding in the glass more. So it's entirely possible this could be more than 6 years old too, before it was bottled. Especially in those days.
There's just a corn sweetness,
Yeah.
like a really in-your-face corn sweetness that I don't enjoy very much.
I have to say that Heaven Hill did a better job bringing the new on this one. I'm still going to be ornery and stubborn and say that they didn't have to kill the other one to get this one.
Rebrand it.
Yeah, they could have just brought this one out on its own and used some of the barrels from this
Yeah.
to blend in
Yeah.
and bring to the new mash bill.
You know,
that
it's
they were
like when
doing.
you get a dog and you change its food. You got to, blend a little bit in there and
you
get them
got-
used to
right.
it.
Got to get them used to it.
Help us out, Heaven Hill. Sheesh.
Yeah. And by the way, you guys help us out too. Down in the lower right-hand corner, there's a little logo there. If you'll just hit on that, you'll be able to subscribe to our channel.
Don't hit the logo. That brings up the channel. Hit the button that says subscribe.
Okay, whatever. If you just hold on it, it comes up and says subscribe. But anyway, I think so.
Don't listen to him. Just hit the subscribe button.
Okay.
And hit the like button next to that. hit the notification bell if you want to stay up to date on everything we're doing every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. and some special release stuff coming out around holidays. And with our Bourbon Trail stuff, it's probably over by the time that this is releasing.
If this is already past the holidays when you're seeing this video, we'll do it again for the next holidays.
No, we're doing holidays all throughout the year.
Yes.
All throughout the year.
So.
All
right. So thanks for being with us. And like bourbon, our videos are getting better all the time.
And as always, take care of yourselves.